All right, welcome back. We are the Hard Factor Boys. We have a little thing called a podcast. Ever heard of it? And it's called Hard Factor. Kept it simple for you. So why don't you do yourself a favor and go subscribe or follow that son of a bitch on wherever your ears absorb podcasts. It's going to give you all the daily news you need to know, just to not sound like a complete idiot. We'll give you that much. And we have a 2-laugh guarantee. This is new. We're adding it to the bio. It's a 2-laugh guarantee or your money back.
I don't know if you should give that out.
Well, we don't. It's free
also a
anyways.
low guarantee.
It's free,
It's-
so you
really
just ruined that, Joe.
Oh.
Okay.
Money back. Well, you didn't.
I mean,
give
we
us
didn't
any
talk about
fucking
that,
money.
so
Yeah.
we didn't.
All
we
right.
should-
I
should be a
digress.
group
I
decision.
digress. Okay. Well, what we have going on now is the semifinals of the first ever Hard Factor debate tournament, and we are on the Barstool talent side of the bracket.
Yes.
The winner of this will take on Stoolie Jake from DC in the finals. He's already in the finals, waiting anxiously to take on one of you gentlemen. And today we have Large and Tommy Smokes. So how you guys doing?
Good. I'm here for redemption. As I said last time, I've lost one debate in my Barstool history. I won Barguments season 1. I won a round or 2 in Barguments season 2, lost to Large. I've run through the competition so far in this debate tournament. Large is the only person ever taken me down. Today, redemption is
What
spelled
was the topic, Tommy?
Tommy.
Night. How long ago was that, Tommy?
It's probably like January, right, Large? Around that?
Yeah, I think they did it in January. It was before all the shit hit the fan, but Arguments wound up getting aired during the pandemic. Went over
Nice.
pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't go in a bar then. So you've been stewing. You've been stewing all quarantine, waiting for this rematch.
Yep, that's all I've been thinking about.
All
Well,
right.
I see, Tommy, that you prepared. You got a nice, fresh haircut from last time for this debate.
Yeah, just for this debate. I
Judges-
thought it would make my point sound smarter.
Judges appreciate that. Large, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, I feel fantastic. I got lucky the first time with Tommy. I'm hoping to catch a little bit more of that lightning in a jar. So Tommy had mentioned that this is a little bit of, I don't know, a grudge match for him. Not so much for me. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just
Large
kidding. I'm
doesn't
open.
seem- he doesn't
Best of
seem
luck to you, my
shook.
man. I think you're a
Good
good
luck
kid.
to you, Large, as well.
Thank you, sir.
That's
All right,
a
well,
tactic,
let's-
The haircut is
Tommy.
working, Tommy.
It's a tactic right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can see the first question.
Yeah, remember
It was
how
a wild move last time.
somehow Large won conceding the first round, but he did well in the last 2 rounds. Okay, so we flipped a coin. Tommy, you're going first. You guys know the first 2 topics. You get 2 minutes to argue, and then you get a 1-minute uninterrupted rebuttal. During the 2 minutes, you guys can talk a little shit, or we can jump in a little bit. But the first round is, what is the best mode of transportation? Tommy, your 2 minutes begins now.
So I'm going to go with the good old-fashioned car here. Look, if you had to ask a question, what could be one mode of transportation that you could take for the rest of your life? You could only use that one. You're going to take a car 11 times out of 10. A plane, you can't take a plane down the block. You can't take a plane a few towns over. Trains, subways, they're disgusting, especially in a COVID-filled environment like we're living in right now. There is no place you want to be that involves public transportation. A plane, public transportation. Who likes waiting in security lines? Nobody. You're stuck on a metal tube in the air with germs flying everywhere. A bus, a train, a subway, all germ-infested, terrible places. A car, you're private, you're on your own. Great for long road trips. You could take a car down the block. You could take it across country if you want to. You're going to be with people you like. All other modes of transportation, you're going to be with strangers who are going to be annoying you. In a car, you get to choose your own company pretty much for the most part. You could be by yourself. You could be with family. You could be with friends. And cars have progressed throughout history. We're not little horse and buggies or whatever the hell they were back in the 1920s. There are some truly elite cars out there, some really cool cars, some fast cars. There's a lot of variety in cars as well. You want a minivan. You want a little car. You want an SUV. You want a sports car. So much to choose from. Now, you could say, oh, you can't take a car overseas. I'm sure that'll be one of the largest points. That's fair. But you know what? You can't take a plane, like I said, from one state to, 30 minutes away, basically, without having to go through security. Also, prices.
10 seconds, Tommy.
Plane prices, a lot. Car you buy once and you're set forever. It's a great, affordable means of transportation. It's the best there is for a reason.
I'd like to thank you. I like how you cover all the angles, because in my mind, I'm thinking the first half of that, like, not very sexy choice. Why didn't you just pick shoes? But then you talked about some cars can be elite. So I appreciate you covering all the angles there.
He was
All
playing
right,
What
Large.
about what
Yeah.
about after COVID? You mentioned cars best for COVID. What about after COVID? Are you just seeing this extending forever? You need to
Well,
your
I think
circle
still best even after. I'm just saying in general, you're going to want to avoid germs. I think
All
especially living in a post-COVID world, people are going to be wary of that.
All
And
right,
they'll
we
be
got
afraid
to cut you off, Tommy. You got your 2 minutes. Will baited you
I
there,
was asked
but
a question.
you were. Will's giving
Absolutely.
you too much. Will's giving you too much
Sorry,
time, though.
needed the clarification. there.
Large, 2 minutes.
Tommy, I wasn't going to mention the overseas thing. As a matter of fact, you're the best player on my team right now. I was thinking along the same lines, but I think the Beav is going to especially appreciate this. You could deal with the checkers of driving a car. I'm saying conversion van. So you can go anywhere you want in a car. You can do anything you want to go, and if it's nice and affordable. But what you can't do is you can't turn around, go into the back, and jump on a waterbed, turn on a TV, and throw some fucking bagel bites into a microwave oven. So we're talking like the A-Team. We're talking about those vans that had the little bullshit plastic ladder that went up the back. There's usually a decorative window that's carved into the side, and
Tires
sometimes there's
covered
an
in a
there's an
plastic cap.
airbrushed there's an airbrushed picture of Conan the Barbarian, maybe hoisting a sword over fucking the bodies of all the people that he's laid in his wake. Private jets are great. I agree with you 100%, but you can't take one down to Best Buy. Cars are great. I mean, I own a couple of them myself. But I think that one of the things that you need to do to differentiate yourself, you mentioned SUVs, and you mentioned a couple of other things, but I think the conversion van particularly, I'm going to get granular with you, where you can throw it, make it what you want. You don't have to have the waterbed. I'm guessing the Beav will. You don't need to have the mirrors on the ceiling. Again, something that the Beav might want. You can get something a little bit more, maybe put in a full gaming system, maybe put in a little bit of a hotspot, anything that you want. A conversion van is probably the most gentlemanly way to go, and it's probably the best mode of transportation I can think of. I concede the rest of my time.
Now, this would strictly be a synonym for shag and wagon, correct? This is the
Absolutely.
same, one and the same.
Yep.
Okay. all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, he's talking V8 vans, guys, because you can't
Yeah.
put a waterbed in a V6. You blow the tranny out. Trust me.
It has to have the
Been there.
truck engine in the front.
Yeah, you're gonna
Absolutely.
Diesel even
Big
better
old-
if you can get that going. A lot of weight in water.
Have you guys seen the Netflix documentary about the people that have these? It's like called like vanning or something like that.
They
You
are
should
a
check,
special. They're a special
check
lot.
that out.
Oh, really? Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yes,
'cause I
they
love
all
the-
they all get together once a year with their conversion vans, and they all get drunk and fuck. It's on Netflix, I think. I think it's called Vanning, something like that. But Tommy, you got a minute, uninterrupted. You're up.
Well, I would just like to say that it seems like Large just argued for a car, which was my original point. I argued for all cars. Large narrowed it down a little bit, but a conversion van would fall under the category of cars. So Large, thank you for arguing my point a little bit further, because conversion vans do fall under cars for me. But I'm also getting in other types of cars because, Large, let me ask you something. Do you hate the environment? The gas prices on conversion vans just
I will
through the
answer
roof.
that. By the way, since he asked, I do hate the environment.
All right, fair enough. Fair
You're
enough.
getting so much oil. Do you want your grandkids to have any freeze in their lives? So look, conversion vans are great. That's why I argued for cars in general. So thank you for furthering that point for me. But I'd also like to have a little bit more variety there. We can't have, millions of conversion fans on the road like we're some communist Russia. We need to let people choose what type of car they want. They can have a conversion van, they can have a Tesla, they can have a Ford Explorer, whatever they want. It's more, more options under the umbrella of cars. Thank you.
All right, right in time.
Whoa.
Large,
Okay.
1 minute, uninterrupted.
I've never heard of anyone who went shopping for a car and came home with a van. I know we can pretend that the point that you're making is that I made your argument by saying cars and vans are the same, but I think we all know that's not true. I could say the same thing. You mentioned a mode of transportation. This is, as I know that van drivers are different than car drivers in almost every way. Maybe minivan guys are closer to car drivers because they settled, but conversion van guys are guys who don't settle. And they want more than just the pedal to the metal, push and drive. They want some more options. And the options that you get in the back seat or in the back of the van are limitless. I can see the rest of my time.
Let's be clear. Neither of you are arguing for minivan. Let's make that
No,
clear.
gosh, no,
Okay.
no,
All right.
no.
Okay. Good. All right.
Sounds
That's
like
pretty
maybe,
good.
maybe if it's electric, Tommy could be swayed if it's an electric.
The judges are gonna have to do some thinking on that
I've
round.
got
That
some
was,
notes here.
Yeah,
I'm a little confused, but but let's move on to topic 2.
yeah. You want to go to topic 2? Let's do it. All right. What meal would you order for your last meal if you were on death row? Your last meal, and Large, you go first. 2 minutes.
When my mom and dad came to this country from Ireland, from the shores of Ireland, they came over. My mom's from Dublin, my dad's from Cork. They're not known as being the best cooks, the Irish. But
This
one
was on
thing
the
that-
this was on the Mayflower.
Yes, but one of the things that my mom used to cook for me, and it was the greatest thing in the world before she passed away, was corned beef and cabbage. So if I had my last meal on death row, I would have corned beef, cabbage, and potatoes, just the way my mom used to cook it, with a nice ice cold pint of Guinness Stout. And I can see the rest of my time.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, not a lot to imagine there. You gave us the picture there. All right, 2 minutes for Tommy.
Well, first of all, I'd ask for the specials menu just to get a laugh, to
course.
see if there's anything special there.
Keep it
That
light,
always
Tommy.
hits. That hits.
That death row light.
That always hits, Tommy.
Then I'm gonna, but I'm gonna go with, as Large said, he comes from Irish ancestry. I come from Italian ancestry, so I'm gonna go with spaghetti and meatballs. But here's where I'm gonna top Large here. I'm not gonna go with any old spaghetti and meatballs. I'm gonna go with crock pot slow cooker spaghetti and meatballs, biding me an extra 9 hours and 5 minutes of life per damndelicious.com. With a crock pot meal, I get to sit there, enjoy my time. Also, I'd like to think that if I was on death row, it'd be for a wrongful conviction. That gives my lawyers 9 extra hours to try to find the real killer and get me off there. So spaghetti and meatballs, delicious. You add in the crock pot factor. I'm extending my life, getting the chance to get off death row. And then for one last laugh at the end, I'd ask for a to-go box if I could take anything to go. That would also
Well, you'd ask
Doggy bag.
to be clear, you'd ask the governor who's on the line with you, right, for a to-go box, because the governor would call in. Yeah.
who's ever there. So I'd enjoy a nice meal, get some extra life, and maybe get off clear. I
I've
can see
always
the
known that Tommy's a dark guy, but he just went to a whole new level of dark for me because he's thought about being on death row a lot. He's got like three. He's got 3 death row jokes.
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
I might commit murder to steal some of those jokes.
I would kill on death row. No
Yeah.
pun intended.
You really
He's
would.
got 4. Jesus Christ.
Anyone have a question before we go to the rebuttals?
No, this
Will?
was a good round.
All right, 1 minute, Large.
First of all, I'd probably give up 9 hours of my life in order to have pasta that's al dente. That's important to me, and you can't get al dente pasta 9 hours in a slow cooker. Secondly, the reason I chose the corned beef and cabbage is twofold. I'd like to torture whoever's putting me to death, and nothing makes me gassier than a pint of Guinness and a big plate of cabbage. So whether it's the effects of a lethal injection, the shock from an electric chair, or a hangman's noose, I'm going to make an absolute mess of the chair, the gallows, or the fucking gurney that I'm strapped to, and that would be my last laugh to the people who are putting me to my death.
It's like
I
he's
can see
reading
the
the
rest of my
judge's
time.
minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I get the gas, so do you type thing,
Most
right?
of my
Everyone
notes
gets-
are
yeah.
large, gassy after corned beef over here.
Yes. You're up, Tom.
All right, Tommy, you got a minute.
Well, that's a good point, getting them to fart. But I would say these are just government workers doing their job. Why gas them out? Don't blame them because you killed a man in cold blood or whatever you did. Don't let them have to deal with the stench.
No, we're innocent. We were framed, Tommy. We were
Well,
both
and if
framed.
we were framed. And if we're framed, you're just not giving yourself enough time with that corned beef hash. I think my point about the slow cooking and my jokes were really strong. I'm just going to repeat them one more, or let you guys soak those
You
in
should.
one more time. You have any specials? Is there a to-go box? And then I get that extra time on death row. I can see the rest of my time.
I love how
enough.
Tommy does assume that he is guilty, and he's having to use comedy to get out.
I'm
of the
telling you, Tommy's
Yeah.
thought about this, man.
And he opened and closed with his best material. You gotta respect the shit out of that.
That's
right.
true. But I am on Will's tip here. I'm starting to think that Tommy's put so much time in death row that maybe he's not innocent.
I have
I
something
bet
else.
that Tommy has his passport on him right now. That's
Yeah.
I would almost
Oh.
guarantee.
Yeah. I
All
thought
right.
the implication was clear that Tommy thought he was guilty. in this.
No, he thinks he's innocent. That's why he's buying time. He wants his lawyer to get 9 more hours to get the governor to call in. So he's saying,
I was taking that as like maybe you can get a good enough laugh that maybe he'll just let
You know
He'll get
what?
a pardon.
I'm
for
going to add in
being
one
a-
more joke. At the end of the meal, I'm going to slam my napkin down on the table and say, I'm never eating here again.
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy, keep going.
you should take
The
this on
floor
the
is
road.
yours. Yeah. A death row. Yeah, you could do a one-man death row act. It's like a play.
Sitting in his
Just dim the lights. You're at the end. Your chair turns into old Sparky. And, yeah,
One night only.
Yeah, one night only. There you go.
Hey.
All right. Round 3, guys. It was a mystery round. You had no idea what this is. No one knows. It's actually, what is the difference? Where is this? What is the difference between Keynesian economics and monetarism economics? Is that? Yeah, that's what we're going with. Large, you're first. Just kidding. It's actually, what is the best male hair product and why? Again, just kidding. I was just busting both their balls because, easy
Yes,
for
exactly.
Yes. It's what is, you have a genie in the bottle. You've already used 2 of the 3 wishes, or a monkey paw. You're down to the last finger. You have 1 wish left. What is it? And you can't ask for more wishes. Tommy, you have a minute. What's your only wish?
Well, I was about to say I wish for more wishes, and that would have been the end of that argument. Okay. So could I just ask, how did I find this genie in a bottle?
Doesn't matter.
Craigslist.
You got 1 wish. Yeah.
1 wish? Okay. I would wish to find another genie in the bottle. So that's my way around not getting to ask for more wishes. But if I find another genie in the bottle, that should give me 3 more wishes. I could then use 2 more wishes for whatever I want to use, money, life, blah, blah, blah. 3rd wish, ask to find another genie in a bottle. So this is a bit of a workaround, but I do think it's legal. By definition, you said you can't ask for more wishes. I'm not asking for more wishes. I'm asking to find another genie in the bottle, which ipso facto does give me more wishes.
Well, yeah. Are you going to ask that genie for a wish?
The new one I'm going to ask for more wishes.
Well, why not, for the sake of covering your own ass, what would that first wish on the next genie be?
Yeah, once you had 100 wishes stacked up.
Yeah. What would your favorite wish of your infinite wishes be?
Don't say conversion, man.
I'm going to go for world peace, guys. I mean, how can you argue against world peace? You think about all the wars we fought, World War I, yada, yada, yada. We could go on. And, just all the fighting in the world, all the hostility, it makes me sick to my stomach. I want to live in a Garden of Eden, in a garden of peace where there's no arguing, there's no death, there's no fighting. Just world peace throughout. Everybody lives a happy and joyous life. If you argue against world peace, you really got something wrong with you. I concede the rest of my time.
I thought he was going to go for a no death penalty, but Large, you're up.
Well, you could tell he spent a lot of time with lawyers with that first answer.
Anyway. Just due to the fact, and believe me, world peace is a good one, but just due to the fact it took him 100 wishes before he finally got to world peace, I'm concluding that Tommy's not a good guy, so my wish would be to kill Tommy Smokes. But just to kind of wipe him right off the earth, and then we'll all walk around and be a lot happier. I concede the rest of my time.
Would I get to have it on death row?
No, you're dead. You're dead.
No, not even any last.
No, it's one of those like a Thanos snap type thing.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Things got real. Shit just got real.
Balls. That's
Yeah.
fucked up, bro. Okay.
That was definitely allowed. Murder's allowed in the wishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting choice. I was not expecting that, but
no,
it's an aggressive choice. We'll see if it pays off. From the
that was like the I'll have a Coke argument.
I was wondering why Tommy hasn't been coming into the office. Lars looks like he's in the office.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's it. When are you guys going to the finals? So now we have to get to some judging, and there's a lot to contemplate here. Beef, what happened in the first round? Give us your rundown.
Tommy went cars. He took a broad paintbrush here. He said trains.
And this is for best mode of transportation.
Best mode of transportations. He brought up a great road trip point about the cars. He also pointed out that cars are no longer horses and buggies, which I thought was a really good point. Because a lot of people do get confused about that. Now, see, Large kind of narrowed it down. He went for conversion vans. And he's a man after my own heart in that respect. I really am a conversion van guy. But I will say, they are limiting. You can't go around playgrounds. Your sisters and brothers usually won't let you watch their kids during the period that you have the conversion van, which can be really tough, especially on the beef. So... with that in mind, I'm giving this round one to Tommy.
Ooh. Is it the
I would not have
conversion
called.
van?
I would
No,
not
I'm
have
just
called.
kidding.
I
It's
didn't
going
win
to Lars.
beef.
It's going to Lars.
Yeah, all right, there we go. There we go.
Conversion
There we
van.
go. The beef.
I would have lost track of.
Yeah,
lost
you
all
can't
my
be
faith in the world if the
you can't be the
didn't go to
beef.
conversion van.
Well, he'd have to change. He'd have to change up the whole style, the whole.
Also,
look.
the other thing I want to say about conversion vans is, well, no, we'll get into it later.
Yeah.
Will.
All right.
Who you got?
Tommy made a strong argument about the COVID era and wanting to stay, clean in your own car. But then he tried to paint Large's answer of conversion vans as communist. but then he suggested that everybody would have to have the same car.
Well, there's a lot of group
would
sex
be
in there.
communism.
No, I never suggested that.
Oh,
yeah,
you did. I think you
kind of like
misspoke.
fell.
but you did.
Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, you cried commie, but you were actually doing the communism.
Well, that was
yourself.
a slip of the tongue.
Yeah, and
Worst
in the
type
face,
of communist.
and in the face, right? You're calling everybody else. The
That's
communist.
why you gotta-
A self-hating communist.
That's why he's got to die.
It's an Uncle
But so,
Communist. Yeah.
In the face of the airbrush painted conversion fan, I took so many road trips for sports and those things. Just always bad shit going on in the back. You got to go conversion fan. Large.
Also,
trips
they
first.
You
come
mean
with a
you mean
vacuum.
good bad things? Yeah,
They
bad
come
is
with a
good.
vacuum.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what other car do you know has it like it just factory off the line? They throw a little hand vac on there.
You see what we
Some good times are happening
you-
in that thing.
You see what not conceding the round does, Large. You won round one.
No, it helps. It does.
Yeah, it helps. All right, round two. Will, you're going first. What was it, and what'd you think?
Last meal. I like Large's argument. Corned beef and cabbage is an amazing dish, especially from his mother. Straight from Ireland. Has to be delicious. But Tommy came loaded with material for this last meal. I mean, he's cracking the guards up the entire time. How can you go against that? 9 hours of just fresh jokes for the guards while he cooks.
Yeah, they're
his
not even going to
spaghetti.
want to kill him. Even if the governor doesn't call, they're not going to want to kill him.
Yeah,
After that-
this is the hardest execution we've ever had to do.
Yeah, they're all
Exactly.
crying.
They're crying. Yeah.
I didn't
letting him
expect it to
hold
be
the
that
to-go
lighthearted.
bag.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
He's going to change some minds. He's going to change some minds.
That's what I'm saying. So actually, after hearing Tommy's argument, I don't know if I could have gone through with it if I was the switch guy. So I'm definitely going Tommy on last meal.
All right, Pat. Who
Yeah,
you
I mean,
got?
Come on, dude. Tommy came at that argument from so many different dimensions. Not only is spaghetti and meatballs a great meal, but he's thrown it in the crock pot for 9 hours. Now, Large was correct that it's going to taste terrible, but that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. It probably will still be better than corned beef and cabbage or whatever the fuck Large is talking about. Our jail is a cafeteria.
That's a
guys.
good meal. You haven't
There are
had that
certain-
on.
There's certain.
Same
I don't know if it's as good as spaghetti and meatballs, but
I agree, and there are certain things you just don't try at a cafeteria, and probably corned beef and cabbage is one of them. Of course, I'm going to Tommy here,
All right.
the death row comedian.
there we go. So it's 1 round to 1. And we take it to the final rounds, which was last Genie Wish.
And guys,
100
whoever wins this
wishes
is going to
versus
be facing
death.
Jake the Stoolie, and Jake is rich. He has, Large, I know you have like 3 houses and 2 cars. Notice how you casually dropped the own a couple. Classic Large move in his argument. But
Jake from DC has some beach house blood in him.
and he's probably got some coaches, so it's going to be a tough
Yeah.
match.
He's a
actually
lawyer
being
in training as
coached
well.
right now.
So yeah.
Yep. All right, Beeve. On that note, round 3, last Genie Wish. Who you
Jesus
got?
Christ. Okay. Man. See, Tommy wants world peace after he selfishly stacks a bunch of wishes for himself, which Large brought up, but then Large just literally threatened to kill his colleague and Tommy, and I don't know where that came from. We're not in the office in New York that often, but they generally seem like they have a pretty good rapport when they're around each other. I like Tommy. I think he's great. He's got a new haircut. I think it'd be a shame to see him die. Going with Tommy on this round.
Tommy. All right,
Really
Will.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That was a vote for not Tommy to die. That's nice.
yeah. I think what happened here is what we saw. It's a good thing either of these guys will be facing a lawyer in the next round, because what they both tried to do was loophole their way out of this question. Tommy first tried to stack all the wishes, then Large tried to loophole it out by just destroying Tommy altogether.
Yeah,
But-
technically removing him as a competitor. I didn't really think about that angle. I mean, it's still
Right.
Still
Oh,
Tommy.
you voted. You already voted.
Yeah, you already voted. Can't debate when you're dead.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I admire the gusto and the aggressiveness of the pick from Large, but because Tommy gave the backup of world peace and he made the solid point that you look like a dick if you vote against world peace, I'm going with Tommy, and Tommy takes the match.
Tommy takes it. You're welcome for that assist, Tommy. I also would have given it to you. That would have been a sweep. And I was, when we were writing the thing, Pat came up with you can't vote for any more wishes, and then I started to go down the path of what if someone votes for more genies. I didn't even think that I had to state that. So you actually went there, which was impressive as well. So Tommy, congratulations,
Tommy,
you've
that's
won.
what a hell of a
I've
win,
been waiting
Tommy.
for this.
Yeah.
Been waiting for this moment for 6 months. Redemption.
How does it
Finally.
feel?
Feels feels better than I imagined. I'm walking on cloud 9 right now.
Excellent.
Nice.
I never want you to die, Tommy.
Thank you.
Large,
Probably,
Hey, if we ever end up on death row together, we'll make a ton of people laugh.
Oh,
Absolutely.
God.
Oh, yeah, you guys could
Be like
do a
Abbott and
comedy
Costello.
duo, like
Yeah.
a vaudevillian act.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Tommy should go into politics or crime, but one of the two. You do good at either, I think. So
Yeah. Good debate, guys. Very good debate. Tommy,
Tommy, good luck
am I
in the
right?
finals. If you need any help and you want me to even write some stuff down, I'd be more than happy to help you. Not that you need it, but if you did.
No, I like it, like a Rocky and Creed.
And the old guy. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Well, Large, we're
There it
also thinking about bringing on some special guest judges for the finals if you want to come and do that as well.
Large,
Absolutely.
Large, can we extend that to you now? Because I really feel like you're one of the finest debaters we've ever had on this show.
Thank you.
Would you like to judge? Would you like to judge with us next week in the finals?
Can I just say something? I tend to shoot myself in the foot with debates quite a bit.
Yeah,
I
you
make,
gave up at the end. You didn't have a lot of
I
motor there at
threatened
the
to-
end.
I threatened to kill my my competitor. I think last week I passed on the
How are
first
things
question.
at home, Large?
Not too bad. I
it's
need
an
to start paying
unorthodox
attention
strategy, but you know
Yes.
it's played out like pretty well so far. And
Yeah,
you
it's
just
not too
ran.
bad. Yeah.
I mean, Tommy's just an
I ran
excellent
into a wood chipper. So I would be more than happy. I'd be proud to be a guest judge on the finals, and I will be totally impartial, even though I respect Tommy a whole hell of a lot. Congratulations again on the win, big man.
I'm willing to pay you off for a victory, Large.
Excellent. We'll talk.
Yeah, take that offline, guys. Well, thanks again. Hey, we're the Hard Factor guys. Subscribe to our podcast where we can get podcasts Monday through Friday. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't. You'd also be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't stick around because the yak is up next. Have a great fucking day.